is a most important day because we are taking another vital step to achieve justice for Jamal. We have been waiting for too long, for 2 years, but this case can now take us there. Jamal lived for making the world better. His greatest desire was to use his voice to achieve fundamental reform.
Well, let's speak to Hakan Camuz in Istanbul, the head of international law at the Stoke White law firm. Thank you for joining us. So we know that Mohammed bin Salman is never going to appear in a US court. So what is the goal of this lawsuit?
Thank you for the invitation. The goal of the suit is really to put Mohammed bin Salman on trial, whether he is part of it or not. Because the plot was actually taking place in the United States. As you know, Jamal Khashoggi was told to go to Istanbul by the ambassador to Washington. And he obviously was a resident of the United States. So therefore, there's a jurisdiction. And the United States is a proper place to issue and start this litigation. Hopefully, they will address the correct law and they will accept this application in Columbia District where the filing has happened on behalf of the organization that Jamal was part of, as well as where he actually was actively seeking to promote democracy. So it is a correct platform. Washington is the right place to start. If the case gets accepted, then there will be a discovery stage where they will ask for the evidence from the US government, what they know about the murder of Jamal Khashoggi in Istanbul.
Right. So if the case gets the go-ahead, some interesting evidence may be uncovered. If we look further down the line to a possible verdict where it's decided that Mohammed bin Salman was in fact responsible for ordering the killing of Jamal Khashoggi, what is the possible penalty of that? What could be the implications?
If in an ideal scenario, you would actually have an evidence somehow unearthed. If there's enough evidence, then the criminal case may be pursued. But at this stage, opening a civil case may allow the legal team to discover such evidences. In absence of that, they are seeking damages. And in a way, that's a similar case to O.J. Simpson trial. If you remember, some decade ago, they couldn't criminally prosecute O.J. Simpson, but on the civil court, he was found guilty. And so in the US justice system, this is possible. And Hatice Cengiz and Jamal Khashoggi's organization, DAWN, are seeking similar legal path to seek justice for Jamal and unearth all the evidences available to them, if they can discover, to establish what happened to him, that Mohammed bin Salman is directly involved in ordering and being directly involved in killing of Jamal Khashoggi and his henchmen who carried out his orders. Something that I believe the world opinion knows about. As you do know, even the CIA director made a statement about this kind of understanding that we all have. It's just legally trying to prove it will probably be difficult in a criminal case, hence the civil path taking part.
And that's an interesting point that you raised, that even the CIA, there's been a UN investigation as well, saying that it is almost certain that Mohammed bin Salman did order this killing, or at least he knew that it was happening. However, we also know that the White House and President Trump is keen to have Mohammed bin Salman as an ally and Saudi Arabia as its friend in the Middle East. So if they don't support this lawsuit, will that have an impact on the case?
As we all know, and President Trump, when it comes to these kind of statements, quite upfront and honest about his posture and his moral compass. And whatever happens, he's happy with the deals he makes with Saudi Arabia. And to him, that's the most important part of his way of doing things, deals. And so to him, he upholds that kind of a value more than a rule of law or doing the right thing, if you like. So I don't know whether they will actually somehow not only would they actually help, but they may hinder the legal cases that will take place, and they would actually try to maybe suggest executive have a right to make a suggestion of immunity in U.S. courts. They may use that at some stage. We don't know that yet, but we have to wait for the legal process to take place first. Let's see whether if the court will decide to actually take the case on in the first place. Then we will know
I guess it's
whether the U.S. government will intervene or not in later stages.
Yeah, one step at a time, as you rightly point out. Hakan, thank you very much indeed for that. Hakan Camuz in Istanbul there.